What happened to George and young Sheldon Season 7 Episode 12? TBBT's worst tragedy explained. Hello everyone, my name is Liam. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. George's death finally happens in young Sheldon. George's fate on young Sheldon is a tragic but necessary plot point due to the show's connection to the Big Bang Theory. Sheldon's father died of heart attack, and the Coopers find out from his co-workers. CBS had no choice but to address George's death in order to set the stage for the sequel series Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Young Sheldon's series final will explore how the Coopers cope with George's unexpected death, revealing the family's struggles and resilience. George's predetermined fate finally happens in young Sheldon Season 7. Sheldon's father is undoubtedly one of the best parts of the family comedy drama, despite the Big Bang Theory previously establishing an unflattering image for him. Unlike Sheldon and Mary's stories about George in the nerd-centric sitcom, young Sheldon's version is the epitome of a devoted father. This created a string of plot inconsistencies between the shows, but ultimately, they were all worth it, considering how vital the Cooper patriarch is to the offshoot's success. Young Sheldon's end is motivated by the Big Bang Theory canon. The prequel remains at the top of the ratings on network TV and is currently the #1 comedy. But because of the established timeline, CBS is forced to pull the plug on it. The show's cancellation is made worse by it having to end in a significantly shorter year, resulting in some plots being either rushed or dropped altogether. Still, some narratives cannot be passed up on, including young Sheldon's retconning of George's cheating scandal. Unfortunately, his death cannot be escaped. Ahead of the special one-hour send-off to the Coopers, CBS airs young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 11, A Little Snip and Teaching Old Dogs, and Episode 12, A New Home and a Traditional Texas Torture back-to-back. The doubleheader starts normally, although the changes happening in the Cooper family are clear reminders of the show's upcoming end. Arguably, the biggest plot in both outings, however, is the death of George, which happens in the most emotional way possible. Sheldon's dad is quite busy in both episodes. During the first half, George goes on to get a vasectomy behind Mary's back after she is unexpectedly swept with baby fever. In the subsequent half hour, he gets a job offer from Rice, which would mean that the family would have to move to Houston if he takes it. Unfortunately, the Cooper patriarch doesn't get the chance to take advantage of the opportunity as George has another heart attack, and this time he doesn't survive it. Throughout George's time in young Sheldon, he had a couple of mini heart attacks. Every time, however, he was able to come out of it unscathed. Unfortunately, that isn't the case this time. The devastating news is delivered to the Coopers by his co-workers and friends at Medford High School. For what it's worth, Sheldon's story about his dad in the Big Bang Theory emphasized his unhealthy habits, and it was insinuated that he died because of complications. Georgie and Mandy's wedding even hinted at another heart attack for George. Despite these, it's still heartbreaking to see it actually happen. Ahead of young Sheldon Season 7's premiere, it was announced that the Cooper's story in Texas will continue via a new spin-off, titled Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. It will focus on the pair navigating life as new parents while also dealing with their romance after the events of its parent series. Considering the timeline, this forced young Sheldon to address George's demise, because there's a show that takes place after it. CBS could have gotten away with ending the prequel just before tragedy struck, leaving the family intact and the show on a high note. In the immediate fallout of the tragedy, the prequel will spend some time with the Coopers as they come to terms with this massive loss. The young Sheldon final will tackle George's funeral. Aside from the core Cooper family, other notable characters from the Big Bang Theory prequel will also be in attendance, as confirmed by set images. Brenda Sparks, Mandy's parents, Audrey and Jim McAllister, Dr. Sturgis, and Coach Wilkins are among those who are expected to appear in George's funeral episode. Beyond young Sheldon, details about how the Coopers move forward after his death are scant. According to Sheldon's brother, he took over the family on the heels of catastrophic loss, while also building his business and taking care of Mandy and